got this guy in the top. I was going to say, I've got him in my top 3. Now, he's going to be one for the fight up there.
This is a name that a lot of people are probably familiar with, but I tell you what, look at the physique on this guy, right? He's got muscle, he's got separation. To me, or is he very reminiscent of Flex Wheeler back in the day, especially from the front?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can totally see
Let me tell you something. This guy, you talk about a dark horse in this competition.
All right, guys, this is IFBB Pro and Dragon Pharma athlete Yumon Eaton, and welcome back to Dragon Pharma's YouTube channel. So we're a couple days post my pro debut, and you know, I really couldn't be happier with the way things went. I ended up in the top 4 at my very first pro show, which is pretty good. You know, a lot of people were messaging me saying that they had me higher, or, you know, battling for the first or second spot. I've had a lot of pros reach out to me and a lot of, you know, other people, but to be honest, I'm not really worried about that. It is what it is. Judges made their decision. I have no control over that, so the only thing I can do is improve and move forward. So I personally do believe I could have been a place or 2 higher, but I am honestly happy with top 4. I mean, very few guys go into their first pro show, you know, their pro debut, and place top 4. I mean, that is so rare. So the fact that the judges respected me enough and what I brought to the table to include me in a small first call out, because there were only 4 guys in the first call out. That speaks volumes of, you know, what they actually thought about me and what I brought to the table. So, you know, I thank the judges, the IFBB, and Dave Bowers, the promoter of the Indy Pro, for putting on an amazing show. It was honestly an amazing experience, and I really couldn't have asked for anything more for my first pro show. It was unbelievable, man. You know, it's really cool because it really is such a difference between the pro and the amateur ranks, the way you're treated, the respect you're given. I mean, you know, as a pro for the first time, I felt as though we were treated like gods. You know, they really went out of their way for us. They treated us like royalty. The promoter called me on my cell phone, you know. He DM'd me on Instagram to check on me and make sure I had everything, make sure we were good. And he DM'd me after the show. You know, it was pretty cool to see that. In the amateurs, nothing like that ever happens. So, you know, to be shown so much attention, especially kind of as a relative unknown, you know, coming into the show, because I like I said, this was my pro debut. There were a lot of other seasoned pros who had done that show and many others in the lineup, and to place ahead of all those guys, it was about 15 guys in my class, so it wasn't even like it was a small class, you know, 8 or 9 guys. To place ahead of all those guys and end up in the top 4, you know, I really couldn't ask for more. I won't say I'm satisfied. So obviously we went there for the win, and I do believe that I had a physique that could have challenged, you know, for first place. But, you know, we'll make sure next time I step on a pro stage, we don't leave the door open for that to happen again. That's all we can do, improve, move forward and improve. And that's exactly what my coach, Jose Raymond, and I plan on doing. But if I had to say one thing in particular that stood out for me, I mean, there were many things over the weekend, but if I had to say there's one thing that really stuck in my mind and contributed to this pro experience, when I was on stage and the judges were making their call outs, the first thing I noticed was they called us out by name, not our number, by name. In the amateurs, even at the national level, they call your number. Your name is never mentioned. So the fact that I was called out by name, that said something to me, that spoke to me. You know, even through all that, winning my pro card, receiving my pro card, like the physical pro card in the mail, through all of this prep, the registration, it hadn't really sunk in yet until I was standing on stage and the judges made their call outs and they called me out by name. That's when it really hit me and it stuck in my head that I have arrived. That's when it hit me. I have officially arrived. Like I said, even at the national level in the amateurs, you're just a number. You're just a number, you know? But they called us out by name and, you know, they placed us where they wanted us to. They moved us around a little bit and, you know, they made their second call out, their third and fourth, and then they brought us out for a final call out. And that was the end of prejudging. But it was a great experience. Then came back for finals and, you know, I thought I brought an even better package for finals. I was drier, harder, and, you know, I showed a little more detail in lines, but I guess it wasn't enough to move me up any further because, again, I ended up in fourth. So that's a quick recap of my pro debut, the Indy Pro. Went really well, like I said. I thought I could have placed higher, but next time. That's it, next time. So good experience, good learning experience, and I'm going to go ahead and start my off season now. I know a lot of you guys were expecting me to do the New York Pro this weekend, but my coach and I sat down and actually made the decision to pull out of the New York Pro because no one really knew this. I actually just released a statement on my social media pages this morning, but I'm a very private person, and you know, anyone who knows me personally knows that about me, and I don't like to put my personal business out there on social media. But you know, me being a professional now and being expected at a show of that caliber, I can't just not show up with no explanation at all. So basically what happened was a week prior to the Indy Pro, I actually had to have emergency hernia surgery and ended up spending 3 days in the hospital full of IVs and meds, blew me up, and you know, we had to reverse all of that in less than 5 days to get me ready and prepared for the Indy. So I was basically kind of, you know, second guessing myself and thinking, I guess this is it. I won't make it to my pro debut, which sucks after 14 weeks of prep and being in the absolute best shape of your life. I remember laying in the hospital bed. It was almost midnight, and you know, just something clicked in my head. I said, you know what? I said, I can't go out like this. It's a week away. I wrote my coach, Jose. I literally said, let me know what I need to do to undo this shit so I can get the fuck out of here, head to Indy and fuck shit up. That's exactly what I wrote him. And he wrote me back immediately. And he said, well, let's figure this out first. Let's see what the doctors say. He said, and then when you're ready, he goes, I'll make sure you're ready for the stage. And that's exactly what we did. So, won't be doing New York. Like I said, I need to rest, recover, and heal. So I'm gonna be starting my off season now. I'm gonna take you guys through a quick back workout, just to pump, get some blood in the muscle, and move some fluids around. And you know, I may throw some arms, something like that in there as well. This isn't anything crazy, just squeezing, focusing on the contraction, and just getting some blood moving, because I've been eating a lot of crap, and I know I'm holding a lot of water, so try to flush some of this fluid out, get the heart pumping, and get some fluids moving. So we're gonna do that, and that's probably gonna be one of my last workouts before I go on a hiatus for a while, just to let my body recover, heal, detox. And you know, from there, I'll be starting my off season and preparing for the next one. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up my road to my pro debut series. I appreciate you guys for joining us and coming along on this journey with me. It's been a rough one, but we made it, and I would say it ended successfully. So I really appreciate you guys for joining me. It's been quite the journey, like I said, but before we wrap this up, I would like to introduce two very special people in my life. So this is Mitch and Hope. They're the owners of the Athletic Factor Gym and Fitness, my home gym, where I've been training for the last, God, it's been about 15 years now. And they're family. Like, they're not like family to me, they are family. They've supported me every step of the way. When I couldn't afford to prepare my meals myself, they did it for me. And I mean, they've treated me like their very own for many, many, many years. So I could not end this video series without personally thanking them and including them in this, because they have been a major part of my success and my journey through all of this. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the journey. Hope you enjoyed watching this, and please join us on the next one.